Hey friends, it's Friday, it's book club day. And today I'm going to ask you a question. How to brand yourself? How to actually tell your personal brand story? What is your personal brand? And do you have a story about it? That's what I want to talk about today in this session of the book club because one of the books that we want to have in our business, I do for one, is the book called Unleash the Power of Storytelling. And why is that so important? Because storytelling is a very important piece of business building because we always need to be telling a story because a story will be relatable for a lot of people. That's why storytelling is important. And in this month of September, which is almost done actually, next week is the last week of September, we're talking about the focus, a focus, and it's about email marketing. And in the whole email marketing um, strategy, storytelling is a big piece of that. We talked last week about creating story emails and how to do that. And here today, I want to tell the story I want to tell the story about the book that I found that talks about storytelling, and at the same time also showing you what is it like, how do you tell your personal brand story, how to do that. And in this book is an exact chapter specifically around that point, and that's what I want to go through today with you, so you can already get some ideas on how to do it yourself. And at the same time, it's also a good way to see what the book is about. Definitely check it out. Unleash the power of storytelling. And it's not so much about business per se, right? Storytelling is something that you can use anytime, but I want to emphasize personal brand and how it can help your business because you are the business owner for sure, but at the same time, I mean, you are the face of the business. You are the face of your business. You've been starting the business, you've been running the business now for a year, maybe 2 years. So people start already to know you. People start to associate you with your brand, with your business. But what about you? What is your personal brand? Why do people come to you? Do you know that? And in this book, they have some interesting ideas about that. And that's what I want to show you today. So, first of all, why would you brand yourself? Look, your personal brand, uh, and as you can see here, your personal brand can be a practical tool that helps set you apart in the workplace and the marketplace. And I think that's basically what we're always saying about make yourself unique. Make sure that you are unique so that people have no other way to compare yourself with others. Like if you're so unique in what who you are and how you do your business, then it's really hard to compare yourself, right? So that's already one thing that can help for yourself, being unique, standing out, setting you apart in the marketplace. And it's not easy, of course, because people might think about the personal brand as something like, yeah, but that's for influencers or that is for the YouTubers and so on. But this is basically for everybody. Everybody actually has a personal brand if you think about it, because a personal brand is essentially what you're known for, the unique combination of qualities you bring to the table that make people want to work or do business with you. So everybody has their own personal brand already. Whether you want it or not, you have a personal brand. People look at you at a certain way because you do things in a certain way. And that gives you, yeah, it gives you a stamp of that specific person. It gives you yourself that branding. And the point about why you should be telling your own personal brand story or why you should brand yourself is that if you don't do it, others will. And that's what is stated in this book as well. What I like about it is Your brand isn't what you say it is, it's what others say it is. And further in the book, it's also talking about, I want to take this. So here, wait. Oh, I saw it somewhere. I don't know where it is now. It talks about the fact that what I just said is if you don't take care of your personal brand, somebody else will, right? Yeah, here, importantly, your brand will happen whether you know it or not, and whether you like it or not, right? So you better control your own brand. So you could be branded a difficult person or scatterbrain or a basic hot mess. Wouldn't you rather try to define it yourself? For sure, right? So if you're not taking action on this, people will brand you and the way that they perceive you. So I honestly I don't really like that. Um, I mean, we are part of the LGBTQ plus community, so already we don't really like to be put in some kind of uh, labels, right? But so we need to take control of what we can do for our own personal brand. So if I look at what I do with technology and for myself, I want to be perceived as somebody that people can trust and people can go to get the answers from. I want to be known as a tough love coach. I don't mind that. I want to be known as somebody that is a leader in what I do. So if I'm talking in the videos, if I'm talking in my messaging and the emails, I try to tell the stories about me that will show those traits, right? So people will see who I am, and at a certain point, they will also say who I am. But it's because I already created that story about who I am. Now, how to figure out your brand is they actually just by asking the right questions, right? Asking the right questions is always a good idea. So, a few ways that they get it here is think about the times people bring you into a team at work. Like, if you've been through the corporate world or if you've done just a job, whatever, what do people think about you, right? What and how do you behave in that kind of setting? Like here, what role do you end up playing, right? Can you see who you are as a personality type as well? Here are some examples that they give, like the analyzer, the one who thinks through every angle of a problem. Or maybe you're the innovator, the person who comes up with the bright idea. Or maybe you're the bulldog, the tenacious fighter who breaks through all the obstacles. You see? So you can already imagine who you could be. And I mean, these are just a couple of examples. It's just to keep you thinking right there. How do you present your brand to the world? Well, again, I think in our world, in what we do, the online world, the business coaching or service business or whatever, it's I feel that you need to create the content. You need to show yourself in video, in your messaging, and talk about who you are. Yeah? A successful brand requires discipline and ability to say no to the things that are not in your area of expertise. I think that's a difficult one for a lot of people as well. I know I hate to say no to specific opportunities, but I think if you just do whatever and you bend yourself so much into pleasing a specific customer, then you're losing your own brand in a way. Now, if you're starting out, that's even more hard than if you're already a little bit established. So I would say if you're starting out, do as much as you can. Do what brings you some of the revenue that you need, and at the same time be aware of the keys of the cues. No, be aware of the cues that you can see. This is what I like. This is not what I like, and you will only know that if you do a lot of these things, especially in the beginning. So People might say, yeah, you should always say no to the things that you shouldn't be doing. But at the same time, I would say do them to see that you actually don't like them to do, right? And that way it's very clear who you are, what you love to do. And after a certain period of time, because you need to have the patience to actually build that personal brand as well, you will definitely know what you're talking about and who you want to attract. So do that, do that, do that. Um, Here are some more examples in the book as well about uh, personal brand. What is did I say here? Your brand story should be structured like any other story. The character, you, goal, challenge, and a resolution. So, like with any story that you're telling, also your own personal brand should be like that. And here are some examples. But again, I try to be as practical as I can, so as pragmatic as I can. So if I look at how I could build my brand story pretty easily, is well, I've been a coach. I've been a basketball coach for over 20 years. And at the same time, in corporate business, I was responsible for streamlining a lot of processes. And I saw a lot of times how it shouldn't be done. And when COVID hit, really things changed so much for a lot of people and for me as well. And I decided to jump into building my own business. And doing that for a year, marketing agency, I saw that that wasn't for me, but I saw also the potential of digital marketing, right? And I then really figured out that I needed to combine the coaching, the process streamlining, the digital marketing into my own coaching business, which is technology. And coaching is I would say one of my superpowers. I just love to do that. Coaching, facilitating, those are really my superpowers. And at the same time, also trying to inspire people. So for me, that has to come out in every single way, in every type of content that I create, in every video. I need to portray that kind of story that I have been a coach, I have been streamlining in corporate business. Um, I have been doing digital marketing and building my own businesses for many, many years already. So the personal brand is about business building. It's about coaching. At the same time, also community building, which is also something that is very important for me. But those pieces come into the personal brand that I have, and it's really, really important. So you have to keep repeating those, right? You have to stay to those things again and again and again. If you hear Gary Vaynerchuk talk, the he talked about his story for years, and he talked about the same story for years about how his family came from Russia towards the US, and how he worked so many hours in a liquor store until until he formed a YouTube channel. Then he became super popular and all the things that happened behind that. But that origin story, as you will, is something that he repeated so many times, it became his personal brand. And people related to that in a way that hard work and continuously building, and sacrificing himself to build an empire, that is something that people relate with. So, what is it for you? What is your story, right? Don't be a jerk. How to talk about yourself without sounding like a jerk. Don't be a jerk, please. Right? Don't just talk about yourself and just be so egocentric. No. Authenticity produces credibility. Your audience is much more likely to believe you if they believe in you. And give it time. Like I said, once you've nailed your brand and can sustain it through your communication and behavior, you'll be better able to stand out from the crowd and help people recognize your value. Remember, you have to be the one steering the ship. If you don't take control of defining and articulating your brand, it will be defined for you. These are some great points within this book about building a personal story, personal brand story Definitely worth to check out the book. Check it out. It's called Unleash the Power of Storytelling. And it's a great book to really go deep into how to craft a right story. If you're building these story emails, for example, in your email marketing campaign, and if you want to put into if you want to put your personal story, your personal brand into it, and these are some of the key points that you need to take into account. Okay. So this was another book in our series for this month. The focus of the month was email marketing. We will be closing off next week with this focus, and then the week after we will be focusing on something new. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a focus around everything that we're going to do with the Out and Proud Business Lounge, which will be launching November 1st. And next month, we're going to focus on all of the things that we're going to be able to do within the Business Lounge. So I invite you to keep an eye out, check out this channel, wherever you are, the Facebook page, the Facebook group, the LinkedIn profile, or our YouTube channel. Keep an eye out on all the information that is coming your way about the Out and Proud Business Lounge. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Keep thriving, Titan. Bye bye.